What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another episode of the 5 takeaways, where we take a look at the weekend's game and we see what takeaways we can take from the game. So we've got 5 ready for you guys, and you know what? We can sit here and smile. We can sit here and you know what I mean, because it's been a long time since we've won our first 2 games of the season, and maybe even 3 is coming this weekend, isn't it?
God, I hope so. Got to get past Pacos first, but
yeah,
have to wait and see about that one. But yeah, look, good opportunity to get out 3 out of 3 with Watford on Sunday.
Looking forward to the Cocoa Puffs League this week.
Yeah, well, we have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a good opportunity this weekend. But yeah, look, great start to the season.
Definitely. And let's get in. The first takeaway we're going to be looking at is improving BERGWIJN.
So I think BERGWIJN was our brightest attacker throughout the day, and I think the stats bear that out as well. He led the way for Tottenham for shots on target, which he had 2. He led the way for dribbles, he had 2. He led the way for key passes as well, which he had 2. Should have had at least 1 assist. He had an expected assist of 0.54, but it was definitely another improvement on his displays last season. He was a lot more confident, and he was definitely our brightest attacker on the day on the left-hand side. Gave Wolves a few troubles on the break, and all our best attacking moments came from him.
Yeah, and I think that it's a player who we kept saying last season was lacking in confidence, wasn't really taking on his man, wasn't really getting any goals. Yes, he hasn't got any goals this season, but what I can really see is that the confidence levels in taking on his man, he's providing positively in games. And I think that moment on the left-hand side where he did that brilliant skill and took it past 3 people, you wouldn't have seen BERGWIJN do that last season, and that's what confidence can bring out in players. So, I mean, he is still a bit frustrating, Steven BERGWIJN. I can't say he's not, and I think his end product is still lacking a little bit, but I think that it's improvements, and that's what we need to see.
Exactly.
Which moves us on to the second takeaway, and that is HUGO, record breaker.
Yeah, so Lloris marked his 300th league appearance for Tottenham with a clean sheet. Also arguably man of the match, depending who you listen to. We gave him man of the match, but he also he holds a record now for the most appearances for Spurs in Premier League history. He marked that by having 6 saves, and obviously the crucial save from ADAMA in the second half, and that one-on-one helping Tottenham seal all 3 points. So couldn't have marked his 300th appearance much better than he did, could he?
No, definitely not. I mean, absolutely dominant display. I mean, he kept us in the game with that lovely, like you say, that lovely one-on-one from ADAMA, Traore. And I feel like ever since NUNO'S come, his distribution has really stepped up a notch. And this guy, you know, we've brought in a keeper in Pierluigi Golini, who's a great keeper in his own right. But Hugo Lloris is our captain, and he's saying, look, I'm not giving up my place that easily. And he's not going to, because I think he's had strong performances this season, and he's absolutely a world-class keeper. And now he's a Tottenham legend. If he wasn't before, he definitely is now.
In the record books now.
Record breaker, you know what I mean? Stumping Darren Anderton's Premier League record.
Yeah, and he nearly got a fantastic assist, didn't he?
Yeah.
That would have been a great assist for BERGWIJN if that would have gone in. But yeah, great display from Hugo.
Definitely. Third takeaway from the game yesterday is the ADAMA threat.
Yeah, so he was a thorn in Tottenham's side pretty much throughout most of the game, maybe up until the last 10 minutes or so. He really gave Spurs no end of problems. And again, if you look at the stats, you can see how much trouble he gave. I mean, no goals or assists, which is probably the most telling stat.
Yeah.
But he had 4 key passes, which is 1 more than the whole Tottenham team combined. He had a massive 9 dribbles, which is the same as all the Tottenham players combined, just from ADAMA Traore. He had 3 accurate crosses, which is more than the whole Tottenham team combined, and he ended the game with 4 shots and 1 on target, which was that one-on-one. So he really was a troublemaker for Tottenham. However, at the end of the day, he ended up the game without any goals or assists, which goes to show exactly why everyone gets excited by ADAMA and why everyone gets frustrated by ADAMA. Literally, the whole ADAMA tour was summed up in one game yesterday. But literally, those 9 dribbles, that's an impressive stat. 9 dribbles in one game, all 9 completed, which is phenomenal.
Were they all past Japhet Tanganga?
I think 4 of them were past Japhet. 4 of them past Japhet Tanganga, which but he put in a good display, but he'll leave you wanting more.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll be leaving us wanting more at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium very soon.
Could very well be.
We'll have to watch this space. But the fourth takeaway we're going to be looking at is shooting practice.
So Wolves actually outshot Spurs 25-8 throughout the game, which sounds like dominant and sounds impressive, which they were. But if you actually look on target, it was 6 shots on target each. So despite Wolves having 25 shots, 19 of them were off target. A number of them were blocked as well by Davinson Sanchez and Dele Alli, having combining for 7 block shots.
Wow, 7.
Yeah. And if you look at the expected goals, Spurs actually had a higher XG than Wolves, 1.73 to 1.51, thanks to the penalty from Dele and the chance from Harry Kane late in the game as well. So despite Wolves having 25 shots, majority of them were from positions where they weren't expected to score, and they had a number of shots from outside the box as well. I think about 6 shots from outside the box. So maybe the stats can be a tad misleading from that point of view. But they were dominant. They did have a lot of possession, but maybe need to practice their shooting.
Definitely. Moving on to the last and final takeaway, and that is Nuno's perfect start.
Yeah, so 6 points out of 6 for Nuno Espirito Santo as Tottenham Hotspur manager after 2 games. No goals conceded after 2 tough games, Man City at home and Wolves away, to start the season off with a very tough summer as well, with the Harry Kane saga happening, with players looking to leave, with Spurs looking to revamp the squad. And I think he's gone to show with the short period of time he's been here, he's able to coach some players into new positions like Dele Alli, who looks to be revamping himself in a new position, and he looks to make Spurs a lot more aggressive. He's done that in such a short space of time, which is an impressive start, and I'm very, very happy with how he's able to get his ethos and message across in such a short space of time. Despite there being a lot of work to be done, I'm sure there'll be more bumps in the road, but how he's got this team playing after such a short space of time is impressive.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I would err a bit of caution on that side as well, seeing as, when Jose Mourinho first came in, we had a bit of a bounce when he came in, winning a few games on the trot, scoring goals. And Jose Mourinho, when he first started his first season, we were top of the league come December when the season started a bit later than usual.
Did lose the opening game of the season.
We did lose the opening game of the season, that's true. But after that, we went on a long run, didn't we? So I think that what really sticks for me is that when things go wrong in this Tottenham squad, we usually collapse. So I'd like to see how we respond to when things do go wrong in this season, because we are going to hit a bumpy patch, and it's all about how we respond from that bumpy patch, because in the last few tenures, the latter stages of Pochettino and Jose Mourinho, when things did go wrong, we just fell flat on our faces. So I'd like to see how that's improved when things do go wrong under Nuno.
Definitely.
Definitely, things are definitely boding well for the future, though, and I'm very happy with the way Nuno's managed the team. I'm very happy with the way we're playing football, and I think things are definitely looking up for Tottenham at the moment.
And hopefully now with Kane getting reintegrated, with other like Lo Celso getting back to full fitness and stuff like that, with Dele having more time to reintegrate into his role, with Skip having more game time in the Premier League and Tanganga as well, hopefully the only way is up. Let's hope.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so those are our 5 takeaways from the 1-0 win at Molineux yesterday. Let me know if you have any other takeaways in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.